Many Cavalier fans doing just that tonight after a nerve-wracking 48 hours ends with another trip to the NCAA tournament. Just to put into context how important this win was, I was 6 years old the last time the Hoos were able to walk out of Winston-Salem with a victory. If you want to see who's going to be the DJ Burns of this team this year, I'd love to find that out, but I'm going to say they're going to make the NCAA tournament despite it all this year.
I like that take.
Yeah. Just ended the regular season for you guys, most wins since 2010. For you as a senior, how fun has it been playing on this team this year?
Yeah, it is. This team is just something special.
Tony Elliott didn't say who would be the starter and if it would be Musket for the final two games, but he remained consistent in what he's preached all year long, saying this team is going to need both quarterbacks. Wow, even 5 days later, it's hard to believe that that image is an AI-generated. Oak officially trading his orange and blue for maroon and white. Considering the season that you had this past year, do you feel like you deserve another shot at the NFL?
I think I put myself in the best possible position. And if that shot comes, who knows?
You've had the luxury your first 2 years playing with the likes of Connor Schellenberger and Peyton Cormier in the attack. What did you learn from those two over the course of your time together?
So much. I could go on and on.
It was an uncharacteristic day for the UVA Bats, only 6 hits on the afternoon, and that certainly raised the blood pressure of many UVA fans, but not head coach Brian O'Connor. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but no. Last night was not a dream, and it was certainly 2 hours we would all like to get back. Week 3 and Friday the 13th. Welcome to Friday Night End Zone. Now, I can't promise that nothing spooky is going to happen over the next 25 minutes, but I can promise we have a lot of great football. Thursday night's game, a classic example of sometimes it doesn't matter how you get the job done, but that you get the job done. And you can make the case that maybe there was some finals fatigue from the Cavaliers tonight. We're almost at the end here. What's the biggest thing you want to accomplish heading into what could be your final season here?
I'd like to win a national championship.
Good, nice. For the first time in 30 years, there's a new face roaming the sidelines at CHS this winter.
Good, there we go, good, good. Look, look, look.
And it's one even some of his own players didn't even recognize.
Went on Google and was like, oh, he played at Duke, so he's definitely legit.
First-year Black Knight head coach Andre Dawkins was a former standout at Atlantic Shores that would go on to play for Hall of Fame coach Mike Krzyzewski. One national title and a 4-year pro career later, Dawkins is right back in ACC country following his former coach's footsteps.
My wife got a job at the University of Virginia in their athletic department, and so that's why we came here.
But his coaching career didn't begin in his home state. After retiring in 2018, Dawkins coached for 3 seasons in Oklahoma, drawing inspiration from the many lessons learned under Coach K.
I definitely understand a lot of where Coach was coming from, being on this side of it. It's a little bit harder to see as a 18, 19, 20-year-old, find myself repeating a lot of the stuff that he said to us in college. Word, word. Try to like get open. Word.
Dawkins inherits a young roster that is off to a 3-3 start, but his plans remains to keep the Black Knights as perennial powers in the Jefferson District.
I know a lot of people outside of the CHS area have been saying this is going to be our rebuilding year, and he's totally just throwing in the trash and this isn't a rebuilding year. We're trying to do even better than what we did last year.
But it's not just basketball that he's hoping to make an impact on.
One of the reasons I took the job and was excited about it was to kind of change the narrative around the kids at Charlottesville High. Got here and talking to people about Charlottesville, and there was a lot of negativity. But, coming here and walking through the halls and learning about the different programs and the kids and what the kids are doing here. It's a ton of good kids doing good stuff here, and I think that should be highlighted more.
In Charlottesville, Aniekan Okon, CBS 19 Sports. The UVA softball team's having their best season in over a decade. And a driving force for that has been 3 letters, T-I-M.
Tim means this is me, so in the beginning of the year, we sat down and we actually watched The Greatest Showman, and there's actually a lot of really good principles and lessons that come in that movie.
One of those lessons is the power of being different.
I think it's really hard for people in general to say, like, I'm good at this. This is what my strength is. And trying to just flip that and say, like, what do you bring to the table? And This Is Me, that song is kind of an anthem, is we're going to be ourselves.
We're kind of the underdogs, and that kind of shown through The Greatest Showman. Just all these people so different and not expected to make such an amazing and beautiful thing. We're all able to come together and do that together.
The Cavaliers were picked to finish 9th in the ACC heading into the season, but instead, they've caught many by surprise, winning a program best 15 ACC games on their way to earning the 4th seed in this week's ACC tournament.
We don't really care what the outside world thinks of us. We don't really care what the expectations are or aren't. We're going to be true to ourselves.
Each day we're playing like it's a regional. We're not treating any game, any opponent as if they're different. We are taking each pitch like we're taking in the bottom of the 7 out of regional to win the game. And we've been doing that, and we're going to keep doing it.
But Tim isn't just a lesson for the softball field. It's one Coach Joe hopes her players take beyond it.
We want them to go into the boardroom confident in their presentation. We want them to go out for a job and go for a grad assistant, go for when they get married, right? Like, these are life lessons of just know who you are, be who you are, and if somebody isn't allowing you to be that, then they're not worth your time.
In Charlottesville, Aniekan Okon, CBS 19 Sports. If you went to a high school basketball game this winter, you may have seen this face. But if you haven't, you've definitely seen his videos.
It was just sitting in the kitchen with my dad at like 3 a.m. and he's like, you should start a basketball page for Charlottesville. There's nothing like that. And I was like, that's a good idea.
And that's how The Ville was born, a social media page dedicated to highlighting high school basketball players in the Charlottesville area.
A lot of the guys that had been in Charlottesville for so long and they'd never really gotten the kind of coverage that I was giving them, and they really appreciated it.
6 months in, Morales has generated over 10,000 followers on TikTok and nearly 6,000 on Instagram.
He comes in there and he's recording every game, and it's just huge for people. They can tune in when they're not at the game.
It makes the game more fun, be able to have a good game and then seeing the exposure with his program to get out nationwide.
Last week, 20 of the best players from the area assembled inside CHS for the Tonsler The Ville All-Star Game, organized by Morales.
It's really cool. It's the first The Ville game, All-Star game. So, to be a part of it, it's crazy.
We didn't get to play some of the public school teams, so it's cool to see all the best talent in Charlottesville come together as one.
Probably one of the better games I've played in. We were down, 20 at halftime, and then we picked up the energy, made shots, and then we just played for each other. That's rare to see in an All-Star game.
The All-Star Game is something Morales hopes to continue for years to come, but he also hopes his idea pushes others to step outside of their comfort zone.
I was a new page and a high school kid coming with a phone. It didn't really seem like that big of a deal, And so I appreciate the people and the players that took me seriously before this even got to a big thing.
In Charlottesville, Aniekan Okon, CBS 19 Sports.